Okay. Hello, good night, teacher Sura. I will mention uh, to the ability speaking in English. Okay. Um I give my points of view by X the question and also answers. Okay. The numbers one is this. Uh, what is the important of the teaching and speaking in hearts the public institution? Okay, my answer is and that refers the taking into accounts and the importance and that there is in arts the institution in arts the country El Salvador in the way the student the learns weeks at teaching ox speaks horton and there is the deficits because there are student who fails to develop and the ability to speak. Okay, we are the fluency they acquired and to pronunciate the words in as the presence or clear way in which the words they are articulation and at the moment they are the pronouncing the words um, the arts the saying they can be understand but this has solution which is to create the group of practices practices so that the student okay the generates phonological the correct English pronunciation um, in this case the teaching is of the great importance to the teachers okay and science they are the in charge of awakening or awakening the ability to speak and weak student and the teaching team the correct the pronunciation of the words okay in English and I understand the interesting the to the student the or to motivate and to the about the speak the fluency the giving and then some tips to improve in the area of speaks okay the next question the number two uh, the number two the okay the rig the for example the two to answer this information and the STEM version in the book okay and how else do the communication skills and approaches in the published institution in her country and the mention the first and discussed in the PPT okay the PowerPoint in this case okay and number one conversational discursion okay is this capacity to the create conversation suitable with the student okay and number two the answers in the question okay accuracy the influencing in how the country how was important to begin on the conversation with the student also of the teachers in public institution okay and three and affective factor in this case the teachers motivate ask the student to speak in English okay and number four okay the answer to the question okay the interaction the effects This is important that person be motivated in order to talk in the motivated ways, okay? And therefore, the student they need help in with their interaction, okay? We student is the public situation in our country, okay? Um, the question three, the question three, okay. The question three mention the factors and the problems by Brom that affects and hurts the student the most in public institution in her country. Okay. Um, my answer to the question is on my point of view. Okay. In this case, a student the group in our country, in her country, for example, and this affects cognitively and science student can know or can know copy or copy the copy as the times the giving of the giving as speaks. And for example, okay, for example, one student from the public institution has to speak speaks on any topic, okay, in front on amounts of the people or peers. The student has no motivation of fluency to say the words. A student do not have necessary motivation in need teachers to motivate them so that they can speak more confidently and has legs nervous, okay, has legs nervous the student, okay, this is the complicated student and the inspires from a student. I say the mention the words, for example a student the complication and the participation or distraction and the difficult in student affects, okay, and in my country, okay. um to express the tensables, therefore this must be and when giving their point of view, taking um, into account that this is paraphrasing or paraphrasing as do not have to be the word the pause, okay. And when explanation of development your how the words with your experience, okay. Okay. How this is in this case the redundancy, excuse me, in its effects in hurt the country because a student do not pay attention when some is addressing others the first. This can generate because they may not, okay, had Google the pronunciation of the words the or phrase, and in this makes a student think that the person does knows, and this makes a student I think that and the person does not the Google the pronunciation or coherency with what they say or they can know or can know and understand what the student is saying, I saying, or in this case, of the teachers, so the speakers, and must have good redundancy of the word. With the student of the institution of the country, I can be okay. And in repeating or repetition the words with patient or patient and gives the emphasis of the kindergarten of the good environment to be able to have the attention, okay. of the student. This can also be done with signs. For example, Mimi. Okay, student. I sign comprehension. Okay, and the student is the pay attention in this classroom, for example, or the macro teaching, for example, in this schools and the public in the institution, for example, or the also. Hmm? So. Okay, continue. To the pay attention, the student, this can also be done with the same to make the redundancy of the words looks better when speaking or saying anything or idea. Okay. Okay. So clear and the answers in number two the question. Okay. And numbers and the question first. Okay. The numbers question first. Which times of the classroom speaking the performance and do you like the most and why according do you the experience and can it's they be applied in her the public institution. Okay, why or why not? Okay, okay, the PPT the correction and this performance according to my experience for example the TP1 or my my lesson planning for example and in my case these times of the performance like I like in the classroom in is interpersonal for me. Okay, I like is because we the student as the teacher student relationship is general from which confidence can be gained and the teaching we greater enthusiasm. I consider that XX applies in Hertz because everything is to Hertz the respect of the student and in this way they do their parts to relay more in this class. Okay. And another the selects for example to the performance okay, I like the performance interesting is the transitional because any conversation with the student can be carry out the dates response spontaneously. Okay, is easier to convey the message that is mean in explanation. First, therefore, the student has to be able to exchange ideas more quickly. Okay, in her country, in my country, for example, or in another of the country. Okay, in I think that it apply of the little, not in this old case. Okay, I will only be more interested in curious student who want to know what is the pains thoughts about or dimension in this class section. Okay, thank you for you watch the video teacher Sura. Okay.